As more people overdose on fentanyl-laced drugs in the U.S., there are schools that are looking to train their school nurses to administer a drug that acts to reverse opioid overdoses, just in case it does happen at school. So, Christina, what's being done to prevent these from happening here in West Texas?
Well, first, Jolena, keep in mind Texas has the highest number of deaths from people overdosing on fentanyl, but now students across the U.S. are overdosing in the schools. The drug Naloxone, or more commonly known as NARCAN, can save a teen's life by being right at the fingertips of the school nurse. As of last year in 2021, there were nearly 100,000 overdose deaths, and out of that number, around 1,300 of those deaths were teens, which is why more and more schools are looking to train their school nurses on how to administer this drug, Naloxone, or what you may know as NARCAN, the drug that reverses an overdose and restores normal breathing in minutes.
So having Naloxone at the school, let's just say it would be administered by the school nurse, right? Mm-hmm. So if the school nurse is trained and understands the warning signs and the behaviors and the physical symptoms of being an overdose, then they could administer Naloxone before even, to give them a much greater chance to survive if they are overdosing.
Paul Caldwell with the Springboard Center tells me having NARCAN in the schools could save a student's life.
Is to let parents and community members know that we're not immune from that right here in West Texas. So the same problems that exist nationally are affecting us here locally as well.
And according to Caldwell, the nationwide problem with teens overdosing is only getting worse.
And so maybe kids, they experiment with things. Mm-hmm. And so maybe they think they're taking a Percocet or a Xanax or an Oxycontin. And unbeknownst to them, they're taking a pill that's counterfeit and is laced or primarily made with fentanyl.
Because at Springboard, they've seen more and more patients of all ages dealing with overdoses related to fentanyl-laced drugs. With more teens being affected, Caldwell does want parents to still be mindful of their kids.
As a parent, be on the lookout for any kind of change in behavior. If your kids are exhibiting any signs of, like maybe they're in a stupor or clammy, pasty, sweaty, those are definitely signs of being on an opioid type of drug.
Now, as of right now, 7 states do require Naloxone to be in schools, but Texas is not one of the 7 states. But schools here are taking the steps to still train their nurses. Jolena?